Welcome to the Extension Network. Here we are in our Cobb 4-H room at the UGA Cooperative Extension Office in Marietta. And today's feature is
Mythbusters, Cobb 4-H style. And I am one of your hosts. I'm Miss Brittany Kelly, the 4-H agent here in Cobb County.
And I'm Miss Kathleen, a program assistant with Cobb 4-H.
And today we're going to share with you some of the top 5 myths that people have about 4-H. Now I know you're probably sitting at home wondering, what is 4-H? I never heard of 4-H. I did 4-H a long time ago, but who knew that they had it here? And what in the world is this lady talking about? Don't you worry about a thing. We're going to fix that today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Mythbusters Cobb 4-H style. So let's start with the top 5. So the 5th myth that most people have. Do you think you might know what it is?
No.
You know what it is? Actually, a lot of people think that 4-H is just for little kids. Is that right?
Absolutely not.
That is wrong. It is not just for little kids. We actually have programming for 4th through 12th grade 4-Hers and a whole lot of different programs. For example, we have our monthly county council meeting that we have here at the 4-H office where you can come on in, learn about all the 4-H happenings that we have. We have lots of activities there. But some other things that we do is we have 4-H programming that actually go by several grade levels. So let's start with my personal favorite, which is summer camp. I love summer camp.
Summer camp's awesome.
It's awesome. So let's start with our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. So they have the opportunity to go to Cloverleaf Camp at Rock Eagle. Rock Eagle is so much fun, y'all. It is the largest 4-H center in the entire world. So some of the things that you get to do at Camp Rock Eagle is you can go swimming at one of our, not one, but 2 swimming pools that we have. You can go putt-putt, you get to go canoeing, you might get to do archery, herpetology, and everybody loves the healthy lifestyle smoothies that they get to make at Rock Eagle, so that's a lot of fun. And if you are a 6th grader and you come with us to camp, you get to do some of the high adventure activities.
Whee!
Yeah, exactly. You get to go down the zip line, they have the swing shot, the climbing wall. So the 6th graders get to do some of those exciting activities. So not only do we have that for our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, 7th through 12th graders, I know you're like, okay, well that's cool, but what do I get to do? Let me tell you what you get to do. So there's lots of opportunities for camp for our older kids. So for 7th and 8th graders, we have junior camp. So in 2018, we're doing junior camp at Camp Fortson, which is in Hampton, Georgia. I always like to say it's a stone throw away from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, so we get to do fun activities there. We have marine resources camp. So do you like marine biology?
I love marine biology. That's my thing.
That's your thing?
That's my thing.
More importantly, do you like the beach?
Love the beach.
I love the beach too. So if you like the beach, you can come to Marine Resources Camp at Burton 4-H Center on Tybee Island. We also have Wilderness Challenge Camp. Now, how do you feel about whitewater rafting?
I'd try it out.
You try it out?
Yeah, I'd try it out.
So if you kind of like the high adventure things, like whitewater rafting, they have some zip lining, some of our really outdoorsy activities, Wilderness Challenge Camp might be for you, and that's for 6th through 8th graders. Now, high schoolers, I promise I'm not leaving you hanging. We have senior camp, which is at Rock Eagle every year, which is a lot of fun. They even take a trip to the University of Georgia, so you can take some classes, kind of like the college kids. And then for those really adventurous kids who maybe like to do some archery or fishing and camping, hanging out in your in the woods, we have senior extreme camp for Rock Eagle, which the kids absolutely love. So that's camp. We even have conferences during the year. You don't have to wait till the summer to do some fun activities. We have junior rally and junior conference for our middle school 4-Hers, and then we have fall forum, which is in December for our high school 4-Hers. And then in the spring, this is the big hit with all the 4-Hers out there, is the 4-H prom.
4-H prom.
Everybody loves 4-H prom.
So good.
So bust out your homecoming dresses, your prom dresses, and come with us to 4-H prom in April. So is 4-H for little kids?
No, they're for all ages
All
here in Cobb
ages.
County, 4th to 12th grade.
4th through 12th
all the way
grade.
to 12th grade.
So promise you that myth is busted. So let's move on to the number 4 myth. And so the number 4 myth, a lot of people call me, I'm sure you get these calls too. Miss Kathleen, is 4-H only in school?
It's not just in the schools, we're all over the place.
Absolutely. So yes, we are in about 17 Cobb County School District and Marietta city schools. But we also, like I said, we have our county council that if you don't have 4-H at your school, it is no big deal. You can be a part of 4-H whether you go to public school, homeschool, private school. It doesn't matter. We take everybody because we love it. So we have a monthly meeting on the first Tuesday of every month from 6:30 to 8 here at the Extension office, and that's our county council that I've been talking about. So I always like to say it's our 4-H hub where you can come here and learn about all of the 4-H happenings around the county. And so we have that here. But one of the other big things that we have in 4-H that is huge, and actually, if you talk to a 4-Her and you say, what's your favorite 4-H event? I'd say about a good 9 times out of 10, a lot of them are gonna say DPA.
Hold on, DPA.
I know, we use a lot of acronyms in 4-H, so we need to bust that myth too as a part of myth number 4, is we have DPA and CPA. So that stands for District or County Project Achievement.
Yep.
So Project Achievement. So a lot of people are like, what is Project Achievement? That's one of Georgia 4-H's core programs that we really try to hone in on. And so it teaches people public speaking skills, it teaches them resume building skills as you get a little bit older, but we have that for 4th through 12th grade. So let's start with our 4th through 6th graders. So for them, you will go to a county-wide public speaking competition. And so you can do a 3 to 5 minute presentation on any topic of your choice. Any topic.
Any topic?
I have seen it all, let me tell you. So I have seen some on robotics. I have seen one on different breeds of dogs. I've seen one on tornado safety. But I think my all-time favorite that I've seen was the history of bacon. I'm telling you.
The history of bacon.
I'm telling you. It's what your interests are. What are some of the ones that you've seen?
Oh, I've seen stop motion animation. I've seen even some instrumental performances, dancing, singing,
Very good.
lots of different things.
So the thing about 4-H and Project Achievement is that we want you to pick something that you're interested in so that you can share that knowledge with other people. So after the county competition, if you place 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, or if you move to a different category, we'll move on to that district competition. That's where that DPA goes into effect. So that's District Project Achievement. So we go on an overnight trip. So you'll go and compete in your project area, and then we will go to Fortson 4-H Center in Hampton, Georgia, where we'll have kind of a rewards trip and just enjoy each other, have a good time, spend the night. So that's what our 4th through 6th graders get to do with Project Achievement. Now 7th through 12th graders, you all get to go to Rock Eagle the first weekend of March for their Project Achievement. So for them, they can make a portfolio. It's not hard to do. A lot of people are like, portfolio, what is that? It's really easy, and I promise you, actually my portfolio when I was a 4-Her helped me apply for college. I copied and pasted all of my community service and put it in my college resume.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yes.
So we will have portfolio workshops. We're even having a portfolio lock-in where you can come meet 4-Hers from Cobb and Gwinnett County. We're doing that with them so that you can do some community service, have fun activities, work on your portfolio. And then if you are a 7th or 8th grader, you can give a 7 to 9 minute speech. Or if you're 9th through 12th grader, you do a 10 to 12 minute speech. So let's say you're like, you know what? I'm a little nervous, Miss Brittany, about this public speaking thing. I don't know if that's for me. Guess what? We have other projects that you can compete in Project Achievement. So we have performing arts. So if you're a vocalist, an instrumentalist, you are a dancer, we have the performing arts project.
All of that.
We have all of that. So you can do your performance. We also, so let's say you're like, you know what? I can't sing. I'm not good at singing, or I can't play an instrument. Don't worry about it. Let's say you like to cook. We have cooking projects. You can do between meal snacks, you can do the pizza project, dairy foods. The judges kind of come around and watch you like they do on the Food Network, and they evaluate your cooking skills and your nutrition knowledge, and that's your project achievement. So as you can see, so we have 4-H in schools, which is awesome. We love doing that. But we also have our county council and our project achievement, which is a lot of fun. So you should definitely come and check that out with us. All right, so let's do myth number 3. I'm ready to bust that one. Are you ready to bust it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's bust it.
All right.
Let's bust myth number 3. So I talked about that competition, yeah. So 4-H is all about competition, right?
Competition.
That's all we do. Is that right?
No.
Wrong. Myth busted. 4-H is not all about competition. Now, yes, I love a good friendly competition here and there. That's fun. But that's not what we're all about. We want to teach you all different types of things. Now, the 4-H pledge, we pledge our head to clear thinking, our hearts to greater loyalty, our hands to larger service, and our health to better living. And we focus on all of those, but one that we really particularly love to focus on is we're pledging our hands to larger service. We do a lot of community service in 4-H because we find it very important to give back to the community. So some of the things that we do in our monthly county council meeting, every meeting we do some kind of hands-on community service. So we have made bracelets to donate to Mothers Making a Change. We made keychains for that. We also have decorated cookies for our 4-H supporters. We've made tie blankets for kids in the hospital and for foster care. So we always like to do something to give back. We even do service and fun days where we just take a whole day and dedicate that to community service. We've done the Atlanta Food Bank and tied that with the World of Coke. Locally, we went to the Rabbit Rescue, which is really cool, where they got to clean out rabbit cages and play with rabbits. We baked cookies for the men's extension.
Cookies, yeah.
So we do a lot of pledging our hands to larger service. So we have community service, and I talked about those camps and conferences. Those aren't competitive. We just like to have a good time. So 4-H is not all about the competition. So there we go. Myth number 3 has been busted.
Yes.
So for now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. So sit back. We'll be right back so we can bust number 2 and finally number 1.
I was born with autism, and I couldn't speak until I was 4 years old. And when I was finally able to talk, I took about 11 to 12 years of speech therapy to talk the way I do now. And I thought I would never be able to do a speech competition. And when I realized that I could, it just became such a big fear for me that I thought I would be terrible if I tried and I wouldn't succeed. But thanks to 4-H popular event, DPA, it helped me not only to face my fear doing a speech competition, I won 2nd place in my category, photography. Even though I didn't win 1st place, I felt God told to me inside my heart that you won your battle against your autism. No matter how many more fights you go through in your life, it doesn't matter because you won. And that's why 4-H has been special to me, because it helped me to finally break the chains I've been battling throughout these 18 years. In 10 years, Christopher will be a movie director in the film industry, making a lot of fabulous films.
Welcome back to the Extension Network, and we are here with Mythbusters Cobb 4-H style. So we've gone through a few of those different myths, right, Miss Brittany?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, so now we're up to Mythbuster number 2 and number 1. We're reaching that number 1 myth about Cobb 4-H. So, myth number 2 is that Cobb 4-H costs a lot of money. Is that true, Miss Brittany?
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Okay.
Not at all.
So, Cobb 4-H, it doesn't cost a lot of money. All right, so granted, we do have some events that do cost more, like our overnight summer camps, right?
Yes, and we do have that. But we do have scholarship opportunities. So I always like to say, come check us out in January. That is when those scholarship opportunities come out.
Absolutely.
So call our office then.
So might cost a little bit more, but when compared to other overnight experiences for summer camp, We're quite reasonable, so check us out. So
Absolutely.
look for January, look for Cobb 4-H summer camps in January. We also have field trips, meetings, clubs, activities, and those are all free to low cost. So you've got to contact our Cobb 4-H office for details on those things that you're interested in. And we've got scholarships for a lot of those things as well. So you're probably wondering, what does my kid get out of these field trips, activities, and clubs? Well, they get to meet new friends, right?
That's a lot of fun. You will meet people not only just from Cobb County, you meet people from all over, not only Northwest District, but the state of Georgia, which is awesome.
So they meet new friends, they learn new skills, lots of new things, and they do this in a nurturing environment, which is really awesome. And if your child is really involved with 4-H, they can even apply for college scholarships through 4-H.
Absolutely.
All right, so that is myth number 2, busted.
Busted. High fives on that.
It does not cost a lot to join Cobb 4-H. So give us a call and we'll give you more details on all those different activities that your child might be interested in. All right, so here we are. We are at myth number
Finally.
1.
I've been waiting on this.
Waiting on this?
Miss Kathleen.
All right,
Been
I
waiting.
love this. I love this, okay? So the number 1 myth about Cobb 4-H is that it's all about farming.
It is, right?
It is not.
Not.
It is
You're
not
right. It
all
is
about
not
farming.
all about farming.
So you mentioned county council. I just want to give a few more details on that. County council is our general meeting where we invite 4th to 12th graders from all over Cobb County. They can be homeschool, public school, cyber school, private school, from anywhere. They can come from anywhere in Cobb County as long as they're in 4th to 12th grade. And this meeting is run by our elected officers. We have a great group of elected officers, and they have some wonderful ideas for these meetings. Some of the things that we have done is for community service, they have collected canned goods for food pantry, a local food pantry. They've also had demonstrations about like fencing and computer technology.
Absolutely.
They've also had guest speakers come in. For example, we had self-defense demonstrations from Gracie Baja Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which the kids really enjoyed. And they also get to do fun things like STEM projects. Last year we got to fly drones for National Youth Science Day, and right now, right here, I'm going to show you all this year's National Youth Science Day kit.
So what is it?
Which just came in the mail.
All right.
This is called Incredible Wearables.
Like my Fitbit?
Kind of like your Fitbit, but cooler.
Okay.
Because the kids get to design their own fitness tracker.
Wow.
They get to do it themselves and to work together to do that. And they get to test it out.
That is going to be awesome. So that will be our October County Council meeting. So come join us for the Incredible Wearables.
That is going to be so much fun. And maybe they'll bust some myths with that too.
I think so too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
We have some other clubs. We have target sports like our shooting club and our archery club. And again, call the office for details on that. Cool thing about that is that our adult leaders are SAFE certified. SAFE stands for Shooting Awareness, Fun, and Education. We have also got our Horse and Pony Club, and that meets out at Stout Farm on Brownsville Road.
Miss Kathleen, I don't have a horse.
Well,
Can I be in the Horse and Pony Club?
absolutely.
I can?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. So the Horse and Pony Club, they have demonstrations. They have people come out and talk to the kids about taking care of horses. They take awesome field trips to different places, and they also have competitions.
Very good.
You know about the Horse and Pony competition?
Yeah, so the State 4-H Horse Show. Georgia 4-H has a State 4-H Horse Show. So if you ride, you can show in the State 4-H Horse Show. But if you don't have a horse, you can still be a part of the State 4-H Horse Show. And I know you're probably like, how? I don't have a horse. They have public speaking demonstrations, or if you want to do a demonstration with someone else, they have team demonstrations. They have art contests.
Yes.
So as you can see, you don't have to own a horse or a pony to be a part of that club. I don't.
Just gotta love them.
Just gotta love them.
And we also have a homeschool club, and you're probably wondering, what does a ball of string have to do with homeschool club? Well, they are a very versatile club. They do lots of different things. They've had a self-defense program with Marietta Police Department called Rad Kids. They've also done healthy living. This year, they're working with STEAM.
STEAM? What about STEM? What's the difference between STEM and STEAM?
So STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. So they add art. So this ball of string, they're going to do string art that they will actually learn geometry with. So very excited about that. That's gonna be pretty cool. We also have the Spatula Club.
That's my favorite.
The Spatula Club? Yeah. No, not really.
Just kidding.
Yeah. We have the Cooking Club, and with the Cooking Club, they stir fry, they bake, they simmer, they do everything.
Cook from scratch.
Yes. So breakfast, dessert, dinner, all the different entrees. And what's really neat is that Miss Terry, their adult leader, she gets them to think out of the box and lets them think about, well, if you don't want so much salt, maybe you can put more herbs in there, or maybe you want to make it more of a vegetarian dish, then you can do that and substitute ingredients. So she lets them be creative. So that's our Cooking Club. And we also, even though Cobb 4-H is not focused on farming, we still do have an agricultural-based club.
You do. Still got to stick to your roots some too.
This is called the Young Farmers Club, and this club is sponsored by Cobb County Farm Bureau. And the kids, they get to do plant competitions where they're given some seeds or a starter plant, and they take them for a month or two, and they bring them back, and they get to see which plant grew the best.
Very cool.
Which is cool. And then they also have wonderful adult leaders there as well who own a farm, and they have been known for bringing pigs and chickens to club meetings and events.
Which the kids absolutely love because they get hands-on opportunities to be able to handle the animals, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so hands-on learning, learn by doing.
That's what we do in 4-H.
So that is the #1 myth about Cobb 4-H, that it's all about farming, and it is another myth busted.
Yes.
All right, so if you would like to learn more about what Cobb 4-H can offer your families, feel free to call our office at 770-528-4070. You can also check out our website
at extension.uga.edu/Cobb. Or you can come see us, the Mythbuster ladies, at 678 South Cobb Drive, Suite 200, Marietta, Georgia, 30060. Always like to tell people we're right next to the tag office, so come see us.
All right, see you next time.
So as you can see, hopefully we have completely wowed you and busted some myths because we are the 4-H ladies, and today we brought you Mythbusters, Cobb 4-H style.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. Get FireAdapted now. Learn simple steps at FireAdapted.org.
The odds of winning 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm Toni Braxton. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
The land-grant university system was created to advance agricultural and mechanical sciences 150 plus years ago. And we realized that some of the research that was coming from out of the land grants, it was not reaching the people. So the Smith-Lever Act was passed 100 years ago. The purpose of that act was to create the Cooperative Extension Service, which was to take the research that was created by the land-grant universities and actually give it to the people who could use it.
And so that was the genesis for the creation of the Extension Service, or the Cooperative Extension Service. as it was called at that time. It was to take the research-based information from the university, from that land-grant school, and get it to the people who need it so that they could use it to improve their lives, their economy, and to improve agriculture.
Well, I lived on a farm until I went off to be in the Navy and to go to college. And my father was a very fine and aggressive farmer. And of course, the source of our advice when Daddy wanted to do something better or learn about a new species of peanut or cotton or corn was to go to the Extension Service. And they gave him whatever advice he needed. And it was just like a constant source of inspiration and advice and counsel, and sometimes correction when he was doing something wrong. And as I grew older and when I came back from the Navy and spent the next 17 years as a full-time farmer, I saw firsthand the great value of what the Extension Service offered to everyone in our county, not just farmers, but everybody in the merchants and others who did business with farmers and depended on agricultural income.
My earliest experience with the Cooperative Extension Service came as a result of joining the 4-H Club when I was probably in a middle school age group. They encouraged us to participate in competitions, and we had to learn our various project areas and make presentations in the local and the district competitions. And also, I began to show livestock as a part of my 4-H project and continued to do that for a number of years. So the Cooperative Extension Service and its supervision of 4-H was an important part of my younger years.
I serve Fulton County. It's a large county. We don't have that many farmers, but we have a lot of people. And we have a lot of families that just simply need help. So Extension brings that human touch to our community. We answer the questions directly. We give it to you in a manner that you can understand and you can use, and you can apply it immediately. So Extension is kind of like that friend next door. You may not talk to them every day, but you're really glad that they're there.
One of the advantages that we have is that we're always on the cutting edge of the newest information, the newest research that's coming out of the University of Georgia. And we are a direct source that our clients can come to find that information. We're a filter for that information, and we are able to explain it in a way that people can use it for practical everyday application, whether it's on the farm, in their families, or in their communities.
An increasingly important element of Georgia's and America's total production of food will have to be designed toward meeting the needs of our own country and other nations more than it has been in the past. So I think the gamut of influence of Extension Service, I don't think has been minimized in recent modern days, but I think the opportunities to expand their influence has been greatly increased now, and I believe in the future.
I think the future for cooperative extension across the nation is very strong, and I know in our state it is.
The simple problems in agriculture have been solved, and they've been solved for the last 100 years or so. Only complex problems remain. Our researchers on our land-grant universities working in multidisciplinary teams will provide solutions for these complex and complicated problems. But how you transfer that information back to the farmer, back to the agribusiness, back to the family or the youth development specialists through 4-H is going to be very different. That's where cooperative extension has always been good. That's what their strength is, and that's where we see them being so important in the future.
We're continuing to see evolution in the production of agricultural products, and I expect that to continue. We will probably have fewer farms, but larger farms. And the Cooperative Extension Service certainly has a role to play in that new structure. They've adapted very well to the changing circumstances and the changing economy of our country over the last 100 years, and I have every reason to believe that they will continue to do that here in Georgia for the next 100 years.
The most rewarding part of my job is being able to help people and provide current research-based information for our clients. They come to us over and over for that information because they see us as the number one source of information that they can rely upon, whether it's for their farm, their agribusiness, or for their families.
Real life changes. Extension brings real life changes, and being that agent in the community, on the ground, being that agent to serve is a pretty miraculous thing.
In all the ways that I had an early developmental life in earning a living and learning how to live as a productive citizen, I would say the Extension Service had a major beneficial effect on me.